Hello. This is my first time recording, so shout out for shout out to Dante for having me do this. Hopefully it goes well. Um so I'd like to start this out by telling you that the reason I'm doing this is to um kind of explain and reiterate why I believe in God. And kind of what brought me to God. So, um, starting out with my dad passed away when I was 16. And with his passing, he told me that he saw angels and that heaven is real. And my dad never lied to me. And I believe him. And I still believe him. So that was kind of like the first clue that I got. And that was a long time ago, but I still hold on to that. Second thing is I always had visions. When I was younger, I had visions when I was around 9, starting pretty young. Blood moon, stars falling from the sky. And I mean, I've had more, but I don't really want to cover them today. Translating those into the Bible is Revelation 6:12, and I pulled that up. I can't pull it up on my screen today because this is my first video. I don't have, like, I don't want to do that right now. But I did pull up the scripture. So Revelation 6:12 is, I watched as he opened the sixth seal. There was a great earthquake. The sun turned black like sackcloth made of goat hair. The whole moon turned blood red, and the stars in the sky fell to the earth, as figs dropped from the fig tree when shaken by a strong wind. The heavens receded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. So that is Revelation 6:12. Okay. So another reason why I believe in God is every time that we would get close to running out of food, I would pray and somehow we would get food. Um, for instance, we would get like a card in the mail with a food card, or just random, like, or donations of, like, or people would just, help us out with food, or we would, not even that, just, would get, or I would just get money at the right timing. Um, or we would, like, it just, things would just fall into place. And it's bizarre. Like, there's just this one time that I remember, um, we got this card in the mail with a food card, and it happened at the exact timing that we needed it. And granted, we don't get food stamps anymore. We used to, but we don't anymore. We were really, really in a bad way, and we needed something like that day, that specific day. And I'm like, I gotta pray, I gotta pray, I gotta pray. So that day the mail came, and I'm like, you know, it's a far chance that we're gonna get anything. It's probably not gonna happen. And we did we got the food card that specific day that we completely ran out of food. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. So, I mean, it's insane, but it's true. Like, whenever we are right about to run out of something, um God takes care of us. He really does. Um like shelter too. Like we've always had a place to stay. We lived in a women's shelter for a year. But we've always had the supplies that we needed. And God's never given up on me or my kids. Moving on to, we did have a traumatic incident. Okay. Where my ex-husband broke in and hurt me badly, which I'm not going to go into detail about what happened there. But he did hurt me in front of my kids. And in my head, while this was happening, I was praying to God for any help. I was praying. And all I heard back was Laura's name. And Laura is my good friend. And little did I know, while this was all going on, moments later, she was in a panic, I guess, on the phone to my mother, who was like, she was on in a complete panic, frightened, and on the phone. And she was asking my mom where I was and telling her that she thinks that there's something really wrong. My mom called my phone and she didn't get an answer. And my ex-husband saw this, and he figured that she would call the police, and he finally left after that. If it wasn't for God sending those messages to Laura, I don't know what would have happened to us. Almost every night, I would have night terrors about this same person, my ex-husband, before this ever even happened. Like, before any of the trauma, I would have nightmares of his face, and it was terrifying. And I refused to believe any of those night terrors because I was in love with him, and I was also brainwashed. And little did I know that this was actually a warning, a huge warning, red flag warning. And a short time later, this exact thing happened in real life. That's how I know. That's how I know this is real. That's how I know my visions are real. That's how I know all this is real. And with my closing message, demons are really good at what they do. Demonic warfare is very real. It makes the chosen one stronger, not weaker. And your faith is good enough. You can stand up against it. But that's all I have to cover today. But I will be back, and I really appreciate you listening. Thank you. So have a great rest of your day, and thank you again.